Are we live?
I think we're live.
We're live. We're
Okay,
recording.
recording.
Uh, Welcome everyone. Today we want to show you the Cloudflare AI Agents SDK in combination with the Fiberplane Agents Playground, where we have built some MCP capabilities.
Oh yeah, MCP.
MCP. So we have our agent over here. We can do the usual stuff.
We've tweaked the agent a little bit to add a couple of capabilities here that might be worth showing in the code.
Yep. So let's go over to cursor. Yep, we've got our agent. Our agent has memory. We added MCP, of course, as well, which we'll get into in a bit. So our agent can connect and authorize with an agent MCP server and then perform tasks. And then the other thing that we've added is the ability for the agent to send emails, which is in the tools section.
Yeah. So at any given point, there's some tools that you can directly hard code into the agent using for example, the AI SDK tool helpers. That's always been there by default. But then Cloudflare quite recently launched their own extensions to write MCP servers, or that sort of went maybe a little bit under the radar in the releases, that any agent can be an MCP client. So any agent that you build can connect to MCP servers. You need to write a little bit of code that you've seen there, but once it's connected, you should have access to the tools there, and now the whole world is at your agent's fingertips.
So let's maybe show the agent's playground. So here we have an overview of all our agents that are running right now. Just one. It has state, so now it knows that the agent's name is Eve. We can see our messages that are going back and forth. Say we would want to schedule hello in 5 seconds. This would show up in our scheduled task.
Yeah, I might need to, if you switch into messages and back, sometimes it takes a minute to show up there. Or it might have actually, what it hasn't.
Oh, it's already been executed.
Yeah, it's already been 5 seconds, so it showed up and
it's gone.
Got removed from the row.
But yeah, we also see our messages, our events over here, which is basically sort of the logs, the log view from our agent. But let's go into MCP land. So we've added support for registering MCP agents. So let's pick Neon. MCP servers.
So what's happening under the hood is that we've simply added, I don't know if you saw earlier, there's a method called MCP server, and then we've added a tool that allows the agent to call that method effectively. So this is sort of like a quick way to add an interface to dynamically register MCP servers in this sample application. Let's see, if you scroll, I think it's somewhere. Yeah, here. There's an MCP server tool which very simply instructs the model to, get the URL, which we now paste in, and then call the agent.addMCP server. And that function over there sort of takes care of wiring up all of the necessary parts to establish a connection with the server. And And so once you've hit that,
let's authorize.
This is a remote server connection, so we need to authorize that. Nice, and we get confirmation that the connection has been established. So the problem is now, of course, that like you can either ask the server, but you don't really have like visibility into if the server is still connected, what the state is, and that's why we've added a little section into the playground where you can inspect those. So for any given connection that you add, in fact, you might even repeat this and establish another connection to the Neon MCP server. You'd have a different authorization. You might have different tool sets available. Or if you see on the left, there's the current instance of an agent is the default one, but if you had like a named one or something else, it might have different authorization permissions or anything.
Different capabilities.
Different capabilities. You can see, all of that is the agent state, which is often difficult to introspect. And this is sort of a small capability, another tab to sort of see what's going on inside.
All right, so MCP support inside the Agent Playground. More to come.
Yep, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.